بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضاه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الناصح الأمين. اللهم صل على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد. الحمد لله على نعمة الإسلام والسنة. All praise and thanks belong to Allah for guiding us to Islam and for guiding us to the Sunnah. Alhamdulillah, ya ibadallah, this is a ni'mah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has bestowed upon each and every one of us, that He has guided us to Islam and that He has guided us to the Sunnah. So it is a must that we hold on to that tremendous gift in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has blessed us with, and that is the Kitab and that is the Sunnah. It is a must that we hold on to our deen, especially in these later days, especially in these times of fitan, in these times of trials and tribulations, especially in these times of calamities, that we hold on to our deen. That deen of al-Islam, of which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He says about it, إِنَّ الدِّينَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ الْإِسْلَامِ, that verily the only religion that is accepted by Allah, then it is Islam. This is the only religion accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has guided us to it. So it is a must that we hold on to it. It is a must that we are steadfast as relates to it. It is a must that we are serious as relates to our religion. It is a must that we instill this seriousness inside of our children. It is a must that we hold on to our deen. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He will not accept any other deen from the human beings. As Allah ta'ala He says, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ, that whoever chooses other than Islam, whoever wants a desire other than Islam as a deen, as a way of life, as a religion, it will never be accepted from them. Never ever will it be accepted from them. So alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-Islam wa sunnah. All praise and thanks belong to Allah for guiding us to Islam and for guiding us to the Sunnah. After realizing that the deen of al-Islam is the only deen that is accepted by Allah, after realizing that any other deen that an individual they come with, then it will be rejected. Allah Ta'ala He will not accept it. Then it is a must that we hold on to that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has guided us to. That we hold on to that deen, not just in speech, not just in claims, not just in name, but in reality. That we hold on to the deen, that we strive hard to do that in which Allah Ta'ala He has made obligatory upon us. We strive hard to be upon the sunnah of His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That we strive hard in staying away from that which has been prohibited upon us. That we strive hard in being upon the way of the Salafy Salih. This is a must if we truly want to be successful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has guided us, walillahi alhamd. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it wajib, binding, obligatory upon us, that we stick to the sunnah of His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. And whatever the messenger gives you, take it. And whatever he forbids you from, whatever he prohibits you from, then stay away from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He says, أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولُ. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-Islam wa sunnah. Allah Azza wa Jalla has guided us to Islam. He has guided us to the sunnah. This is a ni'mah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has guided us to the way of the Salaf. Allah ta'ala has guided us to the way of the Sahaba. That way in which we are commanded to follow. Allah ta'ala He says, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ وَالَّذِينَ اتَّبِعُوهُمْ بِإِحْسَانٍ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. That verily those who came first and foremost from the Muhajirun and from the Ansar, and those who follow them in good, Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Him. So we see here in this ayah that we are instructed to follow the way of the Sabiqun and Awwalun, from the Muhajirin and from the Ansar. And these are the Sahaba that we follow their way. For those who need further clarity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His noble book He says, وَمَنْ يُشَاقِقِ الرَّسُولِ من بعد ما تبين له الهدى ويتبع غير سبيل المؤمنين. نوله ما تولى ونصليه جهنم وساءت مصيرا. That whoever contradicts the messenger, whoever goes against the way of the messenger, after clear guidance had been made clear unto them, after clear guidance had been shown unto them, and they follow a way other than the way of the believers. وَمَنْ هُمُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ? Who are the believers? Who are the believers? بِلَا شَكُّ بِلَا رَيْبٍ. First and foremost, what enters into that category is the Sahaba. Is the Sahaba of the Messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And whoever follows the way other than the way of the believers, then we will leave him to that which they have chosen, and we will enter them into the hellfire, and what are worse, the final destinations. So here in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to be upon the way of the Sahaba, to be upon the way of the Salaf al-Salih. Walillahi alhamd, Allah ta'ala has guided us to Islam. He has guided us to the Sunnah. He has guided us to be upon the way of the Salaf al-Salih. Insha'Allah ta'ala. This is a ni'mah that we have to hold on to. We have to be diligent as relates to it. We can't let it go, but we have to be diligent. Because as the times go on, as the generations they pass, you will find that it will become extremely difficult to hold on to what is correct. You'll find it will be extremely difficult to do what is right. You'll find that the peer pressure to do that which is wrong, it will be overwhelming in many cases for many individuals. But it is a must that we hold on, that we never give in, that we never give up. Ya ibadallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the recipe. He has given us the equation for success. When Allah ta'ala, He says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصُوا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصُوا بِالصَّبْرِ. That verily, indeed, indefinitely, human beings are in a state of loss. Human beings are lost, except for who? Or before this, by the time, verily, most definitely, in human beings, they are in a state of loss. Except for who? Except for those who believe, those who they work righteous good deeds, those who they call to that which is correct, and those who they are patient. Ya ibadallah, as Imam Shafi'i, rahmatullah alayhi, mentioned, لو ما أنزل الله حجة على خلقه إلا هذه الصورة لوسعتهم. That if Allah did not reveal any proof against His creatures, any burhan, any guidance for His creatures except for this, then verily it would have covered much. Because in this is the recipe for success. And when one reflects upon this, they will realize that sabr is an intricate ingredient in every step and in every stage. As the Fadilatul Shaykh Al-Allama Muhammad al-Malik Jami, rahmatullah alayhi, he points out. Because those who are saved, they are those who they believe. And that belief, that it is based upon ilm. It is based upon knowledge. And ilm, qabl al-qawli wal-amal. Knowledge, it precedes statements and actions. So it has to be upon knowledge, built upon knowledge. And we will need sabr, we will need patience when it comes to gaining the knowledge. We will need patience. And when it comes to implementing the knowledge, then this also will require patience. It requires patience to implement the knowledge. It will require patience to work righteous good deeds. So we will need patience when it comes to working and performing righteous good deeds. Likewise, when it comes to giving da'wah and to inviting others to that which is correct, it requires patience. It requires patience in calling the people to that which is correct. Because bila shakku bila rayb, there will come from the human beings that which we don't like. Bila shakku bila rayb, there will come from the human beings harm. Bila shakku bila rayb, not everybody will like what they are being called to. Not everybody will like the one who was calling them. Because we had from the Anbiya and the Rusul, those who were hated, those who were fought against, some who were killed, some who were accosted, so on and so forth. Why? Because they called the people to the truth. So when you call the people to the truth, that it is a must that we have patience, sabra ala adafi, that we have patience as relates to the harms that we may endure while calling the people to the truth. So when one reflects upon this, they realize that patience is an integral ingredient in the success, in the equation of success, that we need patience at every stage. So likewise, bila shak bila rayb, when it comes to holding on to what is correct, when it comes to holding on to our religion, that it requires from us patience. We need to have patience because it's not going to always be easy. It is not always going to be a light affair. It is not always going to be without struggle and without consequence, but rather it will be at great struggle. with great consequence, great sacrifice. But the greater the sacrifice, the greater the reward. It is incumbent that we are patient. It is incumbent that we are steadfast upon the truth. It is incumbent, ya ibadullah, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who are steadfast, to make us of those who are firm upon the truth, to make us of those who their statement is that we believe in Allah and then we become upright. هذا أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولجميع المسلمين فاستغفروا فإنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. يا عباد الله, we have to bring forth much effort. We have to work hard and strive diligently. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he informed us of what was going to take place for matters of differing, from trials and tribulations, from it being extremely hard to hold on to that which is right. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in the famous hadith, the hadith of Ibad bin Sariyah, وَمَنْ يَعِشْ مِنْكُمْ بَعْدِي سَيَرَى خِلَافًا كَثِيرًا فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِالسُنَّةِ وَسُنَّةِ الخُلَفَاءِ الرَّاشِدِينَ الْمَهْدِيِّينَ مِنْ بَعْدِي, to the end of the hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that whoever lives from amongst you after me, then they will see much differing. Much differing in what? Al-ikhtilaf al-ara', much differing in the opinions of the religion. This one saying this is from the deen, another one saying no, that's not from the deen, but rather something else is from the deen. Another one coming and saying no, but there's a third option that's actually from the deen, so on and so forth. How do we maneuver in the likes of these differing? How do we maneuver in the likes of the ikhtilafat? What is our frame of reference? What is our measuring stick by way in which we can maneuver and to see what is right and what is wrong? What opinion is true, what opinion is not true? What opinion is correct and what opinion is incorrect? Then that is, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave us the medicine. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِالسُنَّةِ. So it is binding upon you to stick to my sunnah and the sunnah of the rightly guided khulafa after me. Meaning who? The Sahaba in general. And in specific, then Abu Bakr, وعمر وعثمان وعلي رضي الله تعالى عنهم. It is a must, ya ibadallah, that in the light of differing that we stick to the medicine, and the medicine is that we stick to the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's how we're able to differentiate and determine who is correct and who is not correct, by weighing it according to the book and the sunnah. Did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam come with this? If so, then it's good. Is this the way in which the Sahaba, they understood this particular text in which is being quoted? If it is so, then it is good. We stick to what they stuck to. We stick to what they were upon. Because what was the religion then is the religion now. What was not the religion then is not the religion now. So if we want to be successful, then the road of success, it was already walked down by Abu Bakr. It was already walked down by Umar. It was already walked down by Uthman wa Ali. It was already walked down by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, Abdullah ibn Abbas, with Bilal, from the Sahaba. It was already walked upon. How do we know this? Because Allah Ta'ala in the aforementioned ayah of Surah At-Tawbah said, رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. That Allah Ta'ala said He is pleased with them. Allah Azza wa Jalla said He's pleased with the Sahaba, from the Muhajirun, from the Ansar. So if we want success, then we have to be upon what they were upon. If we want that which is going to lead to our ultimate salvation, we have to be upon that which they were upon. And we have to be serious about that. It can't be just something that is a claim. It can't be just beautiful speech in which we say. It can't be just a nice tagline that we write on our profile on social media and so on and so forth. No, it has to be in reality. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam informed us, as it comes to hadith, from the hadith of Anas bin Malik, فيما رواه الترمذي, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتي على الناس زمان القابض على دينه كالقابض على الجمر. That there will come upon human beings a time that the one who holds on to his religion therein will be like the one who holds on to hot coals. The one who holds on to his religion therein will be like the one who holds on to a hot coal. This jamr. Ya ibadallah. The ulama, they explain. Then this means, and this is an indication that في آخر الزمان, in the end of times, يقل الخير وأسبابه ويكثر الشر وأسبابه. That in the end of times, good will become scarce, and the reasons and the means and causes that lead to good will become scarce, will become not plentiful, be little bit. And likewise, evil, it will become in great multitudes, very easy to do the evil. And the means by way in which to do the evil, then there will be a lot. Reflect upon this. Reflect upon the time that we live in. Reflect upon how easy it is to reach and to get to some fasad. To think and to reflect how easy it is to get to something haram. There was a time when it was hard to get to the haram. But now, for most of the people in the developed world, as they say, they have a portal to it that they carry on their person for the majority of the day. With a few clicks, they can reach any type of haram. From a few clicks, they can reach any type of fasad. Very easy, very accessible. The ways of evil, they have become in great multitudes. وَعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Also the ulama, they explain, as this hadith it points to, that those المتمسك على دينه في حال شدة ومشقة كحال القابض على الجمر. That the one who holds on to his religion, he will be in a state of great difficulty. He will be in a state of great hardship. Just like the one who holds on to hot coals. When you reflect upon holding on to a hot coal, that is not an easy task. If someone were to give you one of the pieces of charcoal from the average barbecue, you wouldn't want to get near it, let alone touch it, let alone grip and hold on to it tight. You wouldn't want to do that because it will burn your hand. So now imagine a jamr that is even hotter than the average piece of charcoal. The heat from it is more intensified. What about that now? What about holding on to that? That which the ulama, they explain it. The jamr from its descriptions is that the heat that emanates from off of it is enough to make a person run away. Is enough to repel a person. Just the heat that emanates from it. But we are being called to hold on to it. The likeness of the one who holds on to his religion is like the one who holds on to this hot coal, that the heat that emanates from it is enough to push you away and keep you away and repel you from it. But they hold on to it. They hold on to it. This is a great difficulty. Ya ibadallah, like this is the case of those who hold on to their religion when they're surrounded by individuals who call them to do otherwise. Those who, they say, no, we're going to stick to that which is correct and we're not going to give in and do that which is haram, even in the face of great difficulty, and they still do what is right. Those who they say, no, we're not going to take interest. We're not going to take a bank loan. We're not going to take a mortgage. We're not going to take a student loan. We're going to be patient upon that which we can do, and we're not going to do the haram. How many of the individuals they make excuses? How many of the individuals from the Muslims they make excuses? How many from the individuals from the Muslims they have inside of their pockets credit cards? How many of the Muslims riding around in cars from a bank, from a car note? How many of the Muslims living inside of homes from a mortgage? Ya ibadallah, these are small tests. If we can't do these things, how are we going to do what is greater? If we can't come with the small sacrifice, how are we going to come with the big sacrifice? If we let down our religion every time it becomes convenient, when are we going to hold on to it? How many of the Muslimat, they are forced in a situation to go out to work and they take off their hijab because they say they have to get a job? How many of the brothers trimming down their beards because they say they have to get a job or whatever the case may be? Ya ibadallah, subhanallah. If you can't make the small sacrifice, how are you going to make the big sacrifice? If you can't make the small sacrifice, how in the world do you think that you're going to be like the one described in this narration, the one who holds on to his religion, like the one who holds on to the hot coals? Subhanallah. I want us to examine ourselves. I want us to examine ourselves and to self-reflect. Because many of us will say boastfully, yes, I can hold on to a hot coal, when in reality they can't hold on to a popsicle. Be real with yourself. Ya ibadallah. And know and have glad tidings that the one who holds on to their religion, They will have a great reward. The Prophet ﷺ, he told to the Sahaba, إِنَّ مِنْ وَرَائِكُمْ أَيَّامُ الصَّبْرِ, that verily there's coming after you times of patience. Times of patience. لِلْمُتَمَسِّكْ فِيهِنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَلَى دِينِهِ كَأَجْرِ 50 مِنْكُمْ. He said that for the one who holds on to his religion in those difficult times, when it becomes rough, when it becomes tough, when it's not fashionable to be a Muslim, when it's not fashionable to do that which is correct, when it's not fashionable to pray 5 times a day, the one who holds on and they're steadfast in them times, the one who don't shake the hands of the women, the one who doesn't lollygag and intermingle with the women and so on and so forth, and likewise for the women don't lollygag and intermingle and touching on upon the men. Those who hold on and do what is right, who stand up for what is correct, from moral values and from shyness and from so on and so forth, in a time where lewdness is the norm, or a time when blatant criminality is the norm. The one who holds on to that which is correct when they are looked upon as a total stranger, a total alien, a total weirdo, so on and so forth, but they still hold on to what is correct. Why? Because they're more concerned of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're more scared of angering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they don't care what the human beings think or what the human beings' opinion is. They don't care. Those who hold on to their deen during these times, the Prophet ﷺ, he said they will have the reward of 50 from you. This was amazing to the Sahaba. I want you to reflect upon this. We'll have the reward like 50 from the Sahaba. Each of us knows our situation. Each of us knows our reality. We can't get near them. We can't get close to them. But the one who holds on to his religion during times that's rough and tough, these ayyam al-sabr, then they will have the reward of 50 from the Sahaba. It amazed even the Sahaba. The Sahaba said, Minhum and minna. Ya Rasulullah. Ya Nabiullah. Minhum and minna. From them or from us. Because this was a great reward that even they asked. 50 reward like us? No. 50 like them or like us? The Prophet ﷺ, he said that minkum. No, 50 like you. Yeah, subhanallah. Who can miss out on that? Who wants to miss out on that? Giving in. What do you get from giving in? Nothing but a bunch of hassles. Nothing but perhaps earning the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you don't give in, whatever calamities you may go through, when you compare that to the reward, then it's nothing. It is nothing. It is worth it. 10 times over. It is worth it. Every day, all day. It is worth it. Ya ibadallah, it is a must that we hold on. Because as the days go on, as the years go on, every year is going to get worse. Every year is going to be worse than the one that preceded it. And we barely holding on now, what are we going to do next year when it's worse? What about 10 years from now? We barely holding on now to what our children are going to do. And we barely holding on and our children barely holding on and what their children are going to do. What our great-grands going to do. Ya subhanallah. This is the things we need to reflect on. Ya ibadallah. It is incumbent, it is a must that we hold on to our deen. It is incumbent, it is a must that we take ownership of the blessing that Allah Ta'ala, He has given us, and that we don't expose it. We don't subject it to potential harm, but that we hold on to it. And we help each other in holding on to it. And we encourage each other with being patient. We encourage each other with sticking to it. And we help each other in sticking to it. Because this is the only way that we'll be successful. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who are successful. We ask Allah azza wa jalla to make us of those who are successful. We ask Allah azza wa jalla to make us of those who hold on to the religion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who they die upon tawheed and sunnah. They are raised upon tawheed and sunnah. They meet Him and He is pleased with them. هذا فأقيموا الصلاة.